I read another theory going back to the motivations, and someone wrote like a thesis that actually the Hitcher is about the suppression of homosexuality.
Yeah, yeah, I've heard this as well.
Yeah,
It was Siskel and Ebert as well. I don't know if you've ever seen their review of it.
yes,
They
yes.
thought the film was a metaphor for homosexual sadism or something, which I just thought was so odd.
Now, it looks in that scene like The Hitcher is a high-speed action movie, and it is. Technically, it's very well made. That scene was well made. But what is this movie saying? That older man tortures that boy all through the movie. He plays tricks on him, he tries to kill him, he frames him for murder, he kills his girlfriend. He completely takes charge of that young boy's life. He is evil personified. And at the end of the movie, what happens? Something very sick happens. There is the unmistakable implication that that kid sort of liked that treatment and that he might become the next Hitcher. Later in the show, we have a movie named 9½ Weeks that's gotten a lot of publicity for its story of kinky sex. But if you look beneath the surface of The Hitcher, this movie is 10 times more perverted, more heartless, and more cruel. It's a deeply cynical movie that doesn't even have the courage to admit what it's really about, which is gay sadomasochism. And I don't know which I hated more in this movie, the cynicism or the dishonesty.
I mean, you could maybe, if you really look into it, I guess there could be some sort of undertones, but I don't really buy that either. Like,
Yeah, I just thought that was just like a fun theory, but I'm with you. I'm not buying it. I mean, if you look
it's
into any film, you could creep in and say that it's everything's about some sort of homosexuality.
yeah,
Like
but I mean, like
300.
the like collisions too random, I think, to kind of for that to happen. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
Unless you say the John Ryder character's just into young teenage boys, and that's why he was waiting to get picked up by them. I don't know. That just seems very convoluted in my eyes, though.
Yeah,
Like,
it's definitely a stretch, but a fun stretch that you don't pull a hammy at.
yeah, I just feel like the film's a lot more simpler than that, and not in a bad way.
Mm.
But yeah, I watched the Siskel and Ebert review the other day, and I have seen it. I had seen it before, and they just like really fucking hated it. Like both of them give it like big thumbs down. It did get quite a lot of bad reviews at the time. It was one of those films that didn't really take off until like VHS and stuff.
Yeah,
But yeah, got a lot of bad reviews at the time, which I sort of read them and I don't really understand, to be honest.
it's baffling. It's like similar to like when The Thing came out, that
Yeah,
got panned, and now it's regarded as one of the best films made, particularly
yeah.
in the genre.
But I mean, I say this film now. I mean, if you see reviews of it now, it's usually very high, very highly scored. Yeah, weird. I heard some review like from like back when it came out, like even accusing it of being too tame and not giving you the violence that it's building up to be. And I was just like,
Wow.
I think you're just totally missing the point, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's a film that kind of doesn't need to have all the doesn't need to have all the kills and all the on-screen violence. As I say, then it would have just been a typical 80s Western slasher movie. Like there's loads of those type of films. This is what sets it apart, I think.